Hey folks, what's up? In this video I'm going to talk you through 10 different webcam options. Now I'm normally reviewing high-end DSLRs and medium format and mirrorless cameras. This is a little bit different, but whether you're looking for it for business or for play, for streaming onto YouTube or Twitch, whatever your purpose, having a good quality webcam can really make the difference when you're trying to do some kind of online video presentation to someone. So I've gotten in 10 different webcams and I'm going to show you the actual results that we're getting from each one. You'd be surprised that sometimes it doesn't come down to the numbers they're quoting or the prices. There's significant variation in terms of the video output you're getting and the quality of audio that they're actually able to capture. Let me talk you through the 10 different ones that we're going to look at. First up, the Logitech C922. Now this has been an industry standard for ages. This captures full HD and it's currently on sale for $62. Now I won't go into the specs of each of these in detail here. I run through more of that when I'm actually talking to you via the webcams. Next up we have the C922, which is about $80 at the moment, and this is the follow-up to the wildly popular 920. It's aimed at professionals that are gaming on Twitch or YouTube. It does 1080 at 30 frames a second or 720 at 60 frames a second. As I said, it's currently about $80. Next up, the C930E. This is an ultra-wide aimed at professionals. Now, whilst that one's more expensive than the 922, it's currently listed at $130 RRP. Check the link in the caption below and I'll have direct links to Amazon where you can get all of these different webcams at the best current prices. Next up is the big boy of the group. This is the BRIO, which is a 4K webcam. This is currently listed at $200, but you can get it $20 or $30 cheaper than that. It has HDR, real light to adjust for exposure and contrast, and if you're filming in HD only, up to 5 times zoom. Then we've got this dinky HDE that costs a whopping $9. It's got a 12 megapixel still or 720 in HD. The Orki Full HD, which is coming in at $35. The Seawit, which is $23. I got it on sale, however, for $14, which is also Full HD. The Microsoft LifeCam HD 3000, which lists at $40, but is looks like a bargain at $22.50. It's only doing 720 HD though. It says it's got a built-in noise reduction microphone and true color tech for beautiful bright video. The YoLoop, which is a 720, it's $10.88. They say it has a superior glass lens, and I'm quoting them here, built-in sound absorption microphone, your voice can be heard clearly in 30 feet, meaning that you don't have to get close even to kiss your camera awkwardly. I guess that's important. And finally, I'll be using the built-in webcam of my MacBook Pro as a benchmark so you can see how we're doing. Now, because these are ranging from 720 up to 1080 up to 4K, how can I possibly show you them side by side? I figure the best way is to res them all to 1080. So that's kind of a standard these days. So if you're on a 720, it's going to be stretched out a little bit. If you're on a 4K, it's going to be downsized. But most of them are quoting that they're full HD, so that should be their native resolution. So let's jump in now and look at them and see how they're actually performing. Okay folks, so this is the built-in webcam on the top of the line current MacBook Pro. It only does 1280, so standard high definition, not even full HD. And this is how it's looking. We'll use this as our benchmark. This is also using the built-in speaker from the MacBook computer. I'm in a room that's reasonably well soundproof and I'm well lit, and I'm going to keep the lighting through all of it. So here's our benchmark, bookmark it, come back to it, built-in webcam of the MacBook Pro. Now let's try the external webcams. Hey folks, now recording with the C920 Logitech. Now this was super popular when it came out, and if you search online you'll still find a lot of people saying that it's the best thing that there possibly is on the market. I'm not calling them wrong, but just check the date on those because this has been out for years and years now. At the time it was groundbreaking with great mic for the time, full 1080 video, a great long cable, great optics from Carl Zeiss in there. But times have moved on and there's new models on the market, and this has fallen even further in price. Do check out all of the links in the description below. That'll link you to the best prices on Amazon in case there's one of these that you do want to pick up. But what do you think? Same lighting, same settings. You'll note that it's a really wide field of view. Love to hear your thoughts. Let's try the next one. Okay, now this is with the C922. This is the follow-up to the hugely successful 920. And why would you mess up something that was already kind of the industry standard? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the mic has improved too much. Let me know what you think. Small changes. It's now got a white light on the front instead of a blue one. So maybe if you're in a low light situation, you won't be getting that color cast of the blue light coming in. This will also now do 60 frames a second in 720. Otherwise, it's 30 frames in 1080. And it comes with a mini tripod for your desktop. If that's useful, I'm personally just clipping this to the top of the laptop as I use it. Other than that, it's reported to have better color and contrast, but I'll leave that to you. That's why we're doing these head-to-head tests. Let me know what you think of this versus the 920, because that's a big test for people. Let's move on to some of the cheaper options. Okay, this is using the HDE, and I gotta say this looks like a total piece of junk. I will not be using this again after testing. Interesting, the field of view seems to be like 180 degrees or something. Sorry, like 45 degrees. It's so narrow. I would just be afraid that the webcam is going to break the first time you use it, or that it may not be compatible because it just seems very, very old and tacky. But you tell me, how's it look and sound? Okay, folks, this is the Microsoft HD LifeCam 3000. It's also only 1280 HD, not full HD. And I'm kind of biased because I produce media content for a living. I'm certainly edging towards 1080 or preferably 4K if possible. But if you're just going to be using it for Skype or for whatever, then this kind of resolution could certainly be possible. And other software may do better with dealing with this exposure issue we're having. But this is out of the box what the camera is providing to the computer, and I'm kind of recording that raw stream. So let me know your thoughts on this one. It's a really kind of functional design. It's very basic. There's very few moving parts in it, which I like, and it kind of reminds me of something from the movie WALL-E, which is a good thing, obviously. Let me know how you think it looks. Okay, this is the YoLook USB 2 webcam. Comes in a fetching little bag. Also a narrow field of view, but not quite as narrow as the last one. Doesn't seem as cheaply built either. I'll be interested to hear what you think of this one and what you think it looks like, because at this price, it's certainly something. And it says that it's an f2 lens. I have a feeling that it's not able to compensate because I'm in a brightly lit situation and my test was showing that this was quite overexposed, but I'm showing you what the camera actually catches. So let me know your thoughts. Okay, folks, next up is the Orki. This is a 1080p. This is the most budget priced of the ones that I'm looking at. It kind of looks like a C920 from Logitech, but smaller, more discreet. I actually probably prefer the look. It's a tighter field of view though, and I'm not sure that the image quality or audio are quite up to the standard of the Logitech. Let me know your thoughts, because this seems to offer a really good set of features for what's relatively quite a cheap price. Okay, folks, this is using the Logitech BRIO. Now, this is a 4K webcam. It actually does the full DCI 4K, so that's what I'm recording, so it's likely to be wider than the others. I'm also using the built-in stereo mic of that rather than the computer. Now, this one, I found the standard settings had HDR on and auto white balance, and I found it was always pushing the white balance way too bright, way too warm, probably because of the green background here. It was sensing that. So I've put that all to manual to record this one, knowing what the temperature of my lights are so that we can get the best result out of it, but still in a normal testing environment. What do you think? Is it worth the asking price? Hey folks, now recording with the Logitech C930E. Now I've seen this also referred to as the Webcam Pro, the Webcam Ultra Wide Angle, or even for some reason the C960, but it shows up in the computer as the 930. But when you look below, I'll call it the Pro Ultra Wide, because as you'll note, this has a 90-degree field of view, whereas most of the others are 78. The BRIO gives you the option of 65, 78, or 90. Thanks to its 4K, it can crop more. But this one is fixed at 90. Now, they market this one as being specifically for business. I think they're trying to suggest it's got a better mic and that the wide field of view means that you could get, more people on screen, which I guess you could. Come back this little bit, and then sure, I could have two people in the frame with me to do some kind of web conference at work. It also comes with the same long 6-foot long cable. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to have anything different. On paper, the mics seem to be the same as the others, but the way they market this as being a business camera, I'm assuming that's going to be part of the deal. Otherwise, you're paying a premium over the 922, even though it's still shooting 1080 at 30 frames, just for the field of view. But you tell me, how does the image quality look and how does the sound sound? Okay, lastly, the CWIT Full HD Webcam. Now, in this case, I've saved the worst till last. Every competition needs a wooden spoon prize winner. Sometimes the winner needs to get a whack in the face for lying with that wooden spoon. This is not a full HD webcam. It's a 640 by 480 VGA piece of crap webcam. On first look, it looks kind of similar to the Logitech ones that actually looks reasonably well built when you first get it out of the box. Then you notice some odd things like the design looks right, but it doesn't really attach to the monitor too well. Then you plug it in, and whilst it says Full HD, it's actually not. So they may call it CWIT. I think F would be more appropriate than C. Don't buy this one. I took one for the team and did it for you. So what did you think? Some huge variation there, right? Starting off with the MacBook Pro, you can see it's really kind of midway. It's better than some of the cheap webcams, but significantly worse than some of the better ones that, for example, Logitech have out there. Now, overall, yes, the BRIO is giving us the best image quality, no question, but unless you need 4K, it would be hard for me to put that as #1 recommendation for people. In the caption below, I've listed them all out from 1 to 10 on how I personally would rank them once you factor in price and build quality along with the video and audio output we're getting from them. I would put the BRIO in 3rd place actually. I think it is by far the best video. But unless you're needing the 4K, the price is really prohibitive. We're talking double or triple or quadruple the price of the other ones there. I was surprised to see that the Microsoft camera really is a poor performer. Some of the super cheapies are pretty crap, to be honest. Overall, I would say the 922 is a standout. I think the image and audio quality is significantly better than the 920, which was already fantastic. And if you want the wider field of view, the 930 is also doing a fantastic job, and the image quality you're getting off it is great, and currently it is on sale, so it's a great deal. Overall, I would say if you're doing anything where you're, say, video conferencing with work or you're doing online streaming, that kind of thing, having a high quality video camera is really a worthwhile investment when we're talking $50 to $90 kind of range. And I think any of those kind of top 4 or 5 that I have listed below are worth the extra investment for the image quality and audio quality you get over using the built-in ones, even on a high-end laptop like the MacBook Pro. Let me know what you thought of the test. Let me know what you're personally using. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.